Good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Ruth, another one of my just all-time favorite books. Ruth chapter 2, verse 20, and I'm reading from the King James Version. Here's what it says. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. Part of my daily Bible reading this morning was the book of Ruth. I love the book of Ruth for a few reasons. One, it's short. It's only 4 chapters. 2, it is just the most tragically romantic book, I think, in all of Scripture. I also love how it points to Christ. But all of that being said, as I was going through Ruth this morning, I got to this verse, and the first words out of my mouth, my response was immediately, hope rising. If you're familiar with the story of Ruth, Naomi, and her husband and her 2 sons left Bethlehem to go to Moab. And it appears that once they got settled in Moab, Naomi's husband Elimelech died. She finds wives for her sons, so daughters-in-law. The boys marry, Mahlon and Chilion marry Ruth and Orpah. 10 years later, Mahlon and Chilion die. We don't know how, we just know that they do. So, in a span of really just a very short time frame, 10 years is short, and it's shorter the older I get. But in the span of 10 years, Naomi loses her husband and her 2 sons. But she hears about the famine, the reason why they left Bethlehem, has gone, and now there's abundant food in Bethlehem. And so Naomi decides to go back home. And so she tells her daughters-in-law, just stay here. Don't worry about coming with me. Just stay here. Orpah takes her up on it. Ruth says, ain't no way. So Naomi and Ruth head back to Bethlehem. And when Naomi gets home, the name Naomi means pleasant. And all of her friends come out and see her. Pleasantness. I'm so glad you're home. And Naomi says, don't call me Naomi. Call me bitter. Now you can condemn Naomi all you want. But if you had lost your home, your husband, and your children, you just might be grieving. And I think that that's where Naomi was. She was just in grief. Be careful how you judge people that are grieving. And that's not a part of the devotion, but just be careful. You don't know how they feel. Just be careful with that. And that's really where Naomi was. She was in a really dark place. But they get home, they get settled. And Ruth says, we've got to make money somehow. I'm going to go out and I'm going to go glean in the fields and see if we can't make some sort of living. And so she does. She just happens in Boaz's field. Oh, what a romance story. But I can't focus on that. She happens in Boaz's field and everything is butterflies and rainbows. And she comes home and she tells Naomi how her day went. And Naomi's like, okay, where were ya? And where did you find work? And Ruth tells her, And here's what I saw. She says, her response this time. I'm going to read it again. Blessed be he of the Lord, who's not left off his kindness to the living and to the dead. What is happening? Naomi who was bitter, Naomi who was hurt, Naomi who was grieving, got a glimpse of hope that day. And as you continue to read through the book of Ruth, Naomi's hope rises. Sometimes I wonder if the book of Ruth is about Ruth or if it's about Naomi or if it's about Ruth's children. What I see is hope rising in Naomi that she didn't think would ever rise again. And yet there it comes. And so that long roundabout way, here's your word from the Word this morning. I've been in dark places. And perhaps that is where you are at right now. Perhaps you are in a dark place. But if you are a child of God, even if you're grieving, even if you're mourning, even if things are difficult, hang in there. Hope will rise again. You know the verse, but I'm just going to remind you, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. There will be a morning, morning, where the sun will rise again, and with it, hope will rise again. May the Lord give you strength. May he give you peace in the midst of the darkness, in the midst of the trial, until you see the hope rising. Hang in there. It's coming. This has been just a word from the Word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.